Hello, hi everyone over there. Once again, Willy P, your teacher, Mathematics P4 class. Hope you are doing very well. Before we go to today's lesson, let's first go back the previous lesson where we had subtraction of fractions of different denominators. And let's try to look into some few numbers that were given as an activity. Then you also cross-check whether you pass that work very well. One of the numbers in our activity we had, like the first one, whereby we're working out or simplifying 2/3 and you take away a half. Hope that was the first one. And we said let's just go by equivalent fractions. And we said here you have 2/3 multiplied by the opposite denominators times 2 times 2. Take away a half times the opposite denominator 3 times 3. So here we shall multiply a numerator times a numerator, which is 2 times 2, and this gives us 4. And out of the denominator times the denominator, 6. Take away 1 times 3. Yes, you get 3 out of denominator 6. I told you we use equivalent fractions so that we come up with the same denominators. And now here it becomes easier, whereby maintain the LCM or the common denominator, and it gives us, tells us to subtract the numerators separately. So 4 take away 3, what do you get? Very good. Finally, you must have come up with a 60th as your final answer. Okay? Let's look at the second number here. We had 3/4, take away a third. Still observe the different denominators and let's move by equivalent fractions. 3/4 take away, you multiply by the opposite denominator, which is 3 times 3 this way, minus a third times the opposite denominator, which is 4, here 4. So we shall have a numerator times a numerator, which is 3 times 3, gives us 9. Out of 4 times 3, this is 12. Take away 1 times 4, this is a 4, and the denominator 12. Keep the common denominator, which is 12, and we subtract the numerators. Finally, we shall have 9 minus 4, you get 5, and this will be 5/12 as our final answer. If we are to look at the last on this activity, let's just pick one more from this activity that I left you with. This is none other than Roman 3. We had 4/5, take away 2/3. Let's go through this. Equivalent fraction, this will give us 4/5 times the denominator on the opposite side, which is 3 times 3. Take away 2/3 times the opposite denominator 5. Here also 5. Okay? So we have a numerator times a numerator, which is 4 times 3. This gives 12. Out of 5 times 3, this is 15. Take away 2 times 5. Very good, it gives us 10. Take away, out of this is 3 times 5, this is 15. You observe that now we've got the same denominator. That's why you apply the equivalent fraction method. Okay? So let's maintain the common denominator. We remain with 12. Take away 10. What do you get if we have 12 and you take away 10, you have 2/15 as your final answer. So you try to check through other numbers. For me, I've just given you the first, the second, the third. We are going through the same method. So if you have seen how these ones, how you featured in the first three, then you can also look at the last numbers we had, then you judge yourself, okay? Yeah, now for today, it is something special. We have fractions of wholes. But now you can tell what a fraction is. Do you still remember the meaning? A fraction is part of a whole. And that's exactly what we are going to look at. And what does the word of mean? We shall see as we move. The word of means multiplication, okay? Then wholes, we can talk about whole numbers. The whole number can be any number you can tell. 5, 6, 10, 12, 14, 20, 100. Those are whole numbers, okay? So let's see how this one works. If we have to say fractions of a whole or fraction of wholes, what exactly are these people talking about? Oh, how is it going to look like? If we take just an example, or the examples we can have, and we have my first one, and which is telling me that what is, I want you to watch very well, what is a half of 6 wholes? Question mark. Somebody's just asking you, as simple as that one. And now, a half is a fraction, okay? Watch. My of is here. And what I'm talking about wholes, 6 is a whole number. So, what is this one telling us to do? They are telling us that if I have 6 objects, assume you have 6 objects. Which objects? Guess. Let's use these suites. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? But they are telling you, group them in twos. Group them in twos. So, how do you group them in twos? You count 1, 2. That is a group, okay? 1, 2. That is another group. 1, 2. That is another group. Okay? The question is asking, how many groups of twos do we get in 6? That is the simple meaning of this question. How many groups of twos do we get in 6 wholes? So everybody can count how many groups. Let's count. 1, 2, 3. Those are 3 groups. And by the way, we shall just say, if I have a half, okay? I remember saying, we shall see the meaning of the word of. The word of in mathematics means multiplication, okay? Then 6. And what is our answer? How many groups? 1, 2, 3. And my answer is going to be 3, as simple as that. You stop there. Don't go further. Okay? I think these things are going to be simple. And you are going to enjoy them. If hope I've underlined up to here, should I give you another simple one? Assume we have been given what is, let's say, a quarter of 12. Let me choose another one. A quarter of 16. What does this one tell us to do? They're asking how many groups of 4s can we have in 16 objects? 16 objects. Choose. They can be pencils. Let's have 16 pencils and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Let's count them again and observe exactly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now group them in 4s. Grouping them in 4s, it means we count 4, that is a group. We count other 4, another group, like that until we finish them. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Assume this is one group now, okay? Count another one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are 2 groups so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many are those? Those are 3 so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 gives us another group, okay? Have you so far counted the groups? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we shall come and say, if I have a quarter, I've said the meaning of the word of is multiplication, okay? If I get a quarter times 16, my answer, somebody can tell me the answer. How many groups of 4s have we formed in 16? 4. Very good. Do you think we are going to enjoy other examples? Very simple work. Very simple. Okay? Hope you've underlined in your mind the way the teacher has done. Okay? Let's have Roman 3 as our example. Let's say we have somebody saying, what is? Somebody can say 14 of a 7th. Have I teased you? When you look at this and you look at that, have I teased you? There is nothing much. I have just interchanged. Instead of writing a fraction here, I'll put it this way. Instead of putting 14 this way, I'll put it the other way. But it remains the same. Nothing have changed. It is, say today you are seated here, tomorrow go here. But you have remained in the same class, okay? Nothing has changed. What has changed is just the position. From here, go there. From here, come here. Jane, go there. Peter, come this way. Nothing you've changed. So we still have the same here. What does this one mean? Still they are telling us, how many groups of 7s can we form if we have 14 objects? Okay? Assume you have your bottle tops, 14 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Those are the bottle tops we have. But they are telling us, group them in 7s. In 7s means, let's count. If we count 7 bottle tops, we form one group. We count other 7 bottle tops, we form another group. Like that, like that, like that. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't you think this is one group? Yes, we have already got one. Let's count more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we have formed another group of 7s. Hey, they are over. Now, how many groups so far? We have group 1, we have group 2 groups, okay? So, we shall have here 14 times a 7th, okay? How many groups have we formed? Very good. We have formed 2. I think this work is so easy. Yes, let me give you just the last one before I give you some simple work for you to try. Let's look at Roman 4 as our example 4, and hope you have not forgotten that we should underline our work always. Roman 4, they are saying, what is? Well, when you go to our next example, which I've said it must be the last example before I give you my exercise, we have what is a third of 9. What is this one telling us? They want us to form how many groups of 3s can we get from 9 objects? 9 objects can be books, 9 objects can be pens, 9 objects can be stones, 9 objects can be whatever you can mention, okay? So this time, let's also have our pens, 9 of them. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, okay? And they are asking us, how many groups of 3s can we form from our 9 pens, okay? In our 9 pens, we shall have the first group of 3s, 1, 2, 3, that gives us one group. 1, 2, 3, that's the second group. 1, 2, 3, we have formed another group. So how many groups are these? 1, 2, 3. Very good. And we just summarize and say a third times. I remember telling you the word of means multiplication. It is already here. Fractions of wholes. We are getting fractions times whole numbers. That's the meaning. Simple. So if I have a third times 9, my answer, somebody has already said the answer. You count the number of groups. 1, 2, 3. And these are 3 groups. Finally, get your ruler and underline, okay? I know how you are feeling. Now somebody is saying, teacher, give us work. A teacher, give us work. It's time for you to have work, okay? But try to observe from the first example. I moved to the second. You saw how we are forming the groups of the given number of objects, of the given wholes, okay? When I came here, some were saying, teacher has teased us. What is 14 over 7? No, I have not teased you, but I have just interchanged. The fraction, instead of being here, I have put it this side. Then from where the whole is, I have put a fraction, like that, okay? You saw how we formed objects from, we formed groups of 7s in 14 objects, and they were 2, okay? We also came here, and we are forming objects, 9, from 9 objects, we are forming groups of 3s, and we got 3 groups in 9 wholes. You have been good for this lesson. Right away from the start to the last example. Hope you are going to write and attempt my exercise very well, okay? See you again.